Hello, I'm ForeverFanatic, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I got from my little brother. I had him join Pottermore and take the quiz, and long story short, he got sorted into Slytherin. He turned to ask me, and he asked how accurate is the Pottermore quiz? Not in as many words, he asked it a little simpler than that, but the same thing, the idea is still there. As you can see, I signed up, and I took the quiz, and I got Ravenclaw. And just so that you know, when Pottermore first came out, I signed up and I forgot my password and username so often that I probably took the quiz probably 8 times in my first year at Pottermore. And I was sorted into all of the different houses, and 3 of them more than once. So yeah, I do not believe the Pottermore quiz is accurate, and I'm going to give you my reasons. By the way, I am not a Ravenclaw, I am a Slytherin. Okay, there are a few questions that seem very sketchy. So I'm just gonna list those off real quick, give a quick reason why, and I'll let you decide. 1. Moon or stars. The statistic is that Ravenclaw and Slytherins are more likely to choose moon than the others, but I kind of chose stars, and so did a whole ton of other people who were in Slytherin or Ravenclaw. And the thing about this is, it doesn't really tell you anything about my personality. I chose stars because my brother talked about stargazing a whole ton when I was younger. Even though the moon's up there, you really think about stargazing. Stars. Okay, so that's just kind of in my head. Number 2, heads or tails. The assumption is that Ravenclaw and Slytherins know heads is more likely to win in a coin toss. But pretty much everyone I know knows that fact, and I still choose random anyway, and so does everyone else. So I only know 3 or 4 people who actually choose heads all the time because it has a higher statistic of winning. But that is just because, they choose it because it has a higher statistic of winning. That's the minority there, and it really doesn't tell you anything about their personality. Number 3, river or forest. There's no context given in this one, and it relies on their personal experience. I chose forest because honestly, I feel safer being like on ground, and if you have someone rushing at you from the forest and the river's behind you, you've got nowhere to go. So, because you don't know what's in that river. So, contextual thing, it needs to have more context. Number 4, white or black. This one is frustrating. Gryffindors and Slytherins normally, according to statistics, choose black. However, the statistic is drawn from the website itself and takes from people who are already sorted as if their word is law for their house, instead of having a basis on a personality. Because I and a few other Slytherins agree with the notion that white is like a blank slate waiting for me personally to paint it into something magnificent. So yeah. Number 6. Which smell appeals to you? My best friend is a Slytherin who almost drowned and would never choose the sea because of that. That's the Slytherin answer. I hate winter, and I'm a pyromaniac, and I would choose the crackling log because it means warmth, and I love the smell. And I'm not a Gryffindor, not in the least. Number 7. What would you like to be remembered as? Any Ravenclaw would choose wise. I get that. But I'm a Slytherin, and I would choose wise because that means I have the ability, the mental capability to achieve my goals, to plan it through and execute that plan. So, and I know several other people like that. Number 8. Which pet would you bring to Hogwarts? This question is so flawed. But let's just start. I'm just going to narrow it down to the 4 best. A. Most kids in America don't have the opportunity to have toads as pets, and they don't even think of them as that way. To get toad as a pet, you have to find a bigger pet shop, not just you have so many places that supply cats, dogs, or birds, but to get reptiles and such, you have to go to a bigger store. So it wouldn't be the first choice. And any wild frogs or toads would be told, the kids would be told to return them because you don't know what's on them. You don't know what diseases they're carrying, etc. B, I don't know the statistic, but a big percentage of the US and other countries have allergies to cats. So there goes like 5 or 6 of the 11. Okay, I think there's more than 11 choices, but there goes at least 5 answers for that one. C, birds are, most apartment complexes allow cats and dogs, but they don't allow birds. It's an unconventional pet. Birds are needy and more needy than cats and such. So, and I know a kid probably won't be thinking, oh, it's a needy animal, but they probably will be thinking it's easier to take care of, or a cat's easier to take care of, or something like that. So birds aren't a great choice. And D, you know, black cat, or some different countries view cat colors differently. Like, there are so many superstitions. Egypt, cats are worshipped, so you might get someone from there that, would definitely pick a cat. But the thing is that in most of England and most of the Asian countries, black cats are considered good luck. And I think Rowling might have taken this into account, but what she didn't take into account is that in America, black cats are considered bad luck. And there are so many pounds and pet shops that do not, they can't give away black cats around Halloween because they will be used in sacrifices, or they will be used as some Halloween prank because of their bad luck. So, yeah, that question's flawed. Number 9, choose a potion that guarantees you something. And the choices are wisdom, glory, power, and love. This one is Slytherins are expected to choose power, even though wisdom could help them achieve all their ambitions. And yeah, that's my look on it. But also, Hufflepuffs are expected to choose love. But I know a lot of Hufflepuffs who avoid that because they want genuine love. Actually, that feels like the most Hufflepuff to me. So, I don't think that answer is accurate for Hufflepuff even. Okay, number 10. What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? It's violin, piano, trumpet, and drums. I know a family who has, like, I think it was one in each house, plus some extras because they have more than 5 kids. And they all, drums is their thing because their dad plays the drums. So pretty much any one of them could be for drums. And I also know a lot of people are shy away from the piano because they were either taught to learn it when they were growing up, or it's just so overdone around them. I personally chose the piano because there's a whole bunch more notes on it, and I can make more intricate pieces, which is where, yeah. So that's my thought on it. 11. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? This isn't the whole question, but more of 2 answers are really flawed. They are hunger and cold. These have nothing to go with personality and are much more situation-based. Because when I was younger, I was rather lazy, and if I didn't feel like getting up, like, Mom would make food, but if I didn't feel like getting up and eating it, sometimes I would really resist, and I would get hungry, and I would be fine with that. I learned to overcome that. But sometimes it was Mom would be gone, and it's like, do I feel like making it? So I learned to overcome hunger. I'm trying to get out of that now. Cold. There are people who live in Calgary and Alaska, and they deal with cold decently because it's the climate they're in. Whereas there are people in uh, warmer countries that cannot deal with cold because they're not used to it. So that really shouldn't be on there. 12. Dawn or dusk. This is another one of those non situational, just really vague questions. And let me just say, I'm an early bird and a night owl. Asking me to choose is really weird, and I know people who are tip one way just because they're an early bird or a night owl. Some people are that way because of medical conditions, so this really doesn't tell you anything. And the last one is left or right. This is again one of those ones most people just pick a random answer on. So I don't think that should be in there either. The thing was, I asked my friend a question. She's not into Harry Potter or anything, but I sorted her into a house anyway, and I asked her a question. If she were in a group project, what would she be doing? She asked for some prompts, and I gave her, like, would she lead the group? Would she follow? Would she just kind of do a little bit of everything, etc.? And she said, I would do the answer that I thought would be most productive. And that's pretty much a Slytherin answer right there. So I said, oh, you're Slytherin. She was fine with that because she loves green, and she does see herself as very ambitious. Pottermore sorted her into Hufflepuff. Because she didn't want to drink the potion, she didn't want to be the great, she wanted to be the wise, so that canceled out a Slytherin answer, etc., etc. And then I asked my brother the same question, and he said, I would want to help as many people as possible. That's my Hufflepuff little brother. So tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.